500,000 years ago, Earth fell. It wasn't a natural disaster or a war between humans that caused it. Instead, the galaxy's most powerful alien empires united and attacked Earth, crushing humanity under their overwhelming power. Humans, once proud and strong, couldn't stand against the advanced technology of these alien civilizations. In a matter of days, Earth was turned into a barren wasteland. Its people were wiped out, and any survivors were scattered across the stars, barely able to survive in hidden colonies. The galaxy quickly moved on, believing humanity to be extinct. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans became nothing more than a myth, a story parents told their children to warn them about the dangers of war. The Galactic Council, the main governing body of the galaxy, erased Earth from the records, ensuring no one would ever speak of it again. To them, Earth was finished, and humans were forgotten. The powerful alien empires continued to grow, expanding their control over star systems and keeping the peace, at least on the surface. But beneath the surface, in the dark corners of the galaxy, something stirred. Deep inside a hidden base on a far-off planet, a secret had been waiting. In the middle of this base was an ancient vault, untouched for millennia. Inside it, cryo-chambers lined the walls. Each one held a human, frozen in time, kept alive by old Earth technology. They had been hidden here before the fall of Earth, placed into a deep sleep by the greatest human minds of the time. These humans weren't ordinary. They were Earth's best scientists, soldiers, and leaders. They had been saved for a reason. They were humanity's last hope. One day, after 500,000 years, the system finally triggered their awakening. Lights flickered on in the dark vault. One by one, the humans began to wake up, stepping out of their cryo-chambers, confused but alert. They looked around, not recognizing their surroundings. The last thing they remembered was Earth, their home, and the desperate plan to save what little was left of humanity. Now they found themselves in a strange future, one where everything they had known was long gone. The leader of this group was Captain Auric, a skilled soldier who had led Earth's final defense during the invasion. He was the first to fully wake up, his mind quickly piecing together what had happened. Earth was lost, but they weren't. The cryo-sleep had worked, keeping them alive all these years. Now it was their time to act. As the others began to wake up, Auric made sure everyone was ready. There was no time for panic or hesitation. The last message they had received before going into cryo-sleep was clear. Earth had been betrayed by the very alien empires that claimed to be peaceful allies. Auric's blood boiled at the thought. They had been stabbed in the back, and now the galaxy thought humanity was extinct. But they were wrong. The humans had returned, stronger than ever, with Earth's most advanced technology. During their sleep, the system had been working, upgrading their ships and weapons with secret knowledge that even the aliens didn't possess. Hidden deep within the vault was a massive warship, equipped with weapons far beyond what the galaxy had ever seen. It was the last gift from old Earth, built to bring humanity back from the ashes. "We've waited long enough," Auric said, his voice steady but filled with a cold rage. "It's time for the galaxy to remember who we are." With that, the humans began their preparations. There was no doubt in their minds. They were the last of humanity, and they had one mission: revenge. As they activated the warship and prepared to leave the base, a message was sent out into the galaxy. It was simple, yet powerful: "We are coming." The galaxy, still unaware of the storm that was about to hit it, continued on as usual. But soon they would all learn the truth. The humans were back, and they were not the weak, defeated race the aliens once crushed. They had returned for justice, and nothing could stand in their way. While the galaxy went about its usual business, unaware of the danger lurking in the shadows, humanity was quietly preparing. The humans who had awakened from their long sleep were not the same as the ones the galaxy had once known. They had knowledge of advanced technologies that even the greatest alien minds couldn't dream of. Hidden in their ancient vault were the tools they needed to take revenge on the empires that destroyed Earth. Captain Auric stood on the bridge of their massive warship, the Vengeance of Earth. It was an enormous, sleek vessel, built with materials stronger than any alien ships. It was armed with weapons that could destroy entire fleets in a single blast. But it wasn't just the ship that made humanity powerful. It was their ability to remain hidden, to strike without warning, and to confuse their enemies before they even knew who was attacking. "We are the ghosts of Earth," Auric told his crew. "We will move in the shadows. No one will see us coming." The first part of their plan was simple: gather information. The galaxy had changed in 500,000 years, and they needed to know what they were up against. The warship's advanced systems allowed them to hack into the galaxy's most secure networks without anyone noticing. They downloaded data on the alien empires, learned their strengths and weaknesses, and uncovered hidden secrets that had been buried for millennia. The Galactic Council, which once ruled with an iron fist, was still in control, but cracks were beginning to show. One of the first things they discovered was that the galaxy had grown comfortable and arrogant. The alien empires believed they were unbeatable, especially now that they thought humanity was gone. They had stopped advancing their technology, and their defenses were outdated. In their minds, there was no threat left, but that overconfidence would be their downfall. As the humans quietly moved through space, strange things started to happen in the galaxy. Entire fleets went missing, vanishing without a trace. Space stations experienced mysterious power failures, leaving them defenseless. A massive trading convoy was found destroyed, its ships torn apart by weapons no one had ever seen before. Rumors began to spread among the alien species. Some said it was the work of pirates. Others believed a new, unknown enemy had arrived. But no one knew the truth. The Galactic Council dismissed these events as isolated incidents. They believed that no force in the galaxy could challenge their power. But the humans knew better. Each attack was carefully planned, striking key targets to weaken the empires before the full-scale assault began. The galaxy had no idea what was coming. One day, as Auric and his crew monitored the communications of the Galactic Council, they overheard a discussion that filled them with satisfaction. The alien leaders were growing nervous. There had been too many strange occurrences, too many unexplained attacks. They couldn't ignore it anymore. But even now, they still didn't suspect humans. "They have no idea who we are," Auric said with a cold smile. "And that's exactly how we want it." The humans didn't just rely on brute force. Their true power lay in their ability to strike without being seen. They had cloaking technology that made their ships invisible to any radar or scanner the aliens used. They could move in and out of enemy territory without being detected, watching their enemies, learning their weaknesses, and preparing for the right moment to strike. As they gathered more data, the humans discovered something shocking. Many of the alien empires that had betrayed Earth were now at odds with each other. Old alliances were crumbling, and the Galactic Council was struggling to maintain control. This was the perfect opportunity. The galaxy was divided, distracted, and vulnerable. Auric knew it was time to begin the next phase of their plan. The humans had remained hidden long enough. Soon, the galaxy would feel the full force of their revenge. But before they attacked, they needed to send a message, something that would spread fear across the stars. "We will hit them where it hurts most," Auric said. "And when we do, the galaxy will tremble." With the information they had gathered, the humans chose their first major target. It was a heavily defended alien fleet, one of the largest in the galaxy. It had been sent to protect the outer territories of the most powerful empire in the Galactic Council. No one had ever dared to challenge it. But now humanity was ready. The vengeance of Earth powered up its weapons, the crew prepared for battle, and the ship moved silently toward its target. The galaxy was about to realize that the humans they thought were gone had returned. And they had returned with a vengeance. The galaxy remained unaware of the storm that was about to hit. In the far reaches of space, near the outer territories of the most powerful alien empire, everything was calm. A massive fleet, considered unbeatable, patrolled the area. The aliens in charge were confident. No one had dared challenge them for thousands of years. To them, their dominance was certain. But they had no idea that a force was closing in, one that was about to change everything. On board the Vengeance of Earth, Captain Auric stood at the command center, watching the alien fleet on the ship's advanced sensors. Every detail of the enemy ships was displayed before him. He could see their weaknesses, their outdated technology, and their arrogance. They weren't prepared for what was coming. "Is everyone ready?" Auric asked, his voice calm but full of determination. His crew nodded, their faces showing no fear. They had trained for this moment for months, ever since they woke from cryo-sleep. Each one of them knew the stakes. This wasn't just a battle, it was humanity's first strike in their quest for revenge. They couldn't afford to fail. "Good," Auric said. "It's time we remind the galaxy who we are." The Vengeance of Earth moved closer to the enemy fleet, completely undetected. The humans' cloaking technology made their ship invisible to any scanners, allowing them to position themselves for the perfect attack. Arek's plan was simple but deadly. Hit the fleet fast and hard, take out their biggest ships, and leave the survivors in shock. It would be the first of many blows humanity would deliver. As they reached their target, the tension on the ship grew. The alien fleet was enormous, with hundreds of ships ready for battle. But the humans weren't intimidated. They knew that with their advanced weapons and technology, they had the upper hand. The element of surprise was on their side. "Target their command ship," Arek ordered. "We'll cut off the head of the snake." The humans locked onto the alien fleet's largest ship, the one in charge of the entire operation. It was heavily armored, but Arek knew that no amount of armor could withstand the firepower of the vengeance of Earth. The ship's main weapon, a powerful energy cannon, began to charge up, glowing with a bright, deadly light. "Fire!" Arek commanded. In an instant, the energy cannon unleashed a massive beam of light that tore through the darkness of space. It struck the alien command ship with incredible force, slicing through its shields and hull like a knife through butter. The ship exploded in a brilliant flash, sending shockwaves through the rest of the fleet. Panic erupted among the alien ships. They scrambled to figure out what had just happened, but it was too late. The humans launched a second attack, targeting the next biggest ship. Missiles and energy blasts rained down on the alien fleet, destroying ships one after another. The once unbeatable fleet was being torn apart in minutes. The aliens, now realizing they were under attack, tried to fight back, but they couldn't even see their enemy. Their sensors showed nothing. They fired blindly into space, hoping to hit something, but their shots only hit empty darkness. On the bridge of the vengeance of Earth, Arek watched with satisfaction as the alien fleet crumbled. It was a flawless attack. The aliens were helpless, completely outmatched by human technology and tactics. For the first time in 500,000 years, humanity was on the offensive. "Send out the message," Arek said. One of the crew members nodded and pressed a button, transmitting a signal across the galaxy. It was a simple message, one that would spread fear far and wide. "We are humanity, and we are back." As the last of the alien ships exploded in a fiery blaze, the humans knew they had accomplished their goal. The galaxy would no longer see them as a forgotten species. They had made their presence known, and the aliens who had once crushed Earth would now have to face the consequences. But this was only the beginning. Arek knew that there were many more battles to come. The Galactic Council would respond, and the full force of the alien empires would soon be directed at humanity. But that didn't scare him. If anything, it excited him. "Let them come," Arek said with a smirk. "We've waited long enough." The vengeance of Earth turned and disappeared into the blackness of space, leaving behind the wreckage of the once mighty alien fleet. The attack had begun, and there was no turning back now. Humanity was on the path to revenge, and nothing could stop them. The news of the attack spread across the galaxy like wildfire. For the first time in thousands of years, the powerful alien empires felt fear. Entire fleets were destroyed in minutes, and no one could understand how. The once mighty Galactic Council, which had ruled with an iron grip, now faced an enemy they couldn't even see. Whispers of humanity's return started to circulate, but most believed it was just a legend. After all, humans had been wiped out 500,000 years ago. How could they possibly return? But the truth was far worse than any rumor. Humanity had returned, and they were stronger than ever. In the heart of the Galactic Council's capital, the alien leaders gathered for an emergency meeting. They were panicked, confused, and desperate. The largest alien empires were sending out distress signals, begging for help. They had lost control of their fleets, and the mysterious enemy was destroying everything in its path. "We can't keep ignoring this threat," shouted one of the council members, slamming his fist on the table. "Our fleets are disappearing. Our planets are under attack. We need to act now, or we will fall." The council leader, an old alien with deep wrinkles on his face, tried to maintain control of the situation, but it was clear that even he was afraid. "We must discover who this enemy is," he said. "Only then can we defeat them." But before they could come up with a plan, another distress signal came in. A fleet near the core of the galaxy had been completely wiped out. The attackers left no survivors, only wreckage floating in space. And still, no one knew who or what was behind the attacks. But humanity was watching. Hidden in the shadows, they monitored every move the Galactic Council made. They listened to their conversations, tracked their fleets, and learn their secrets. Captain Auric and his crew knew that the empires were on the brink of collapse. All they needed was one final push. "We've weakened them enough," Auric said, standing tall on the bridge of the vengeance of Earth. Now it's time to take them down for good. The humans had gathered information on all the key planets in the Galactic Council's empire. These planets were the center of the aliens' power, home to their governments, military bases, and resources. If they fell, the entire Galactic Council would crumble. "Target their capital planets," Auric ordered. "Hit them hard and don't give them a chance to recover." The humans launched their final attack with precision and deadly force. One by one, the major planets of the alien empires fell. The vengeance of Earth and the rest of the human fleet moved like shadows, attacking without warning and leaving destruction in their wake. The aliens tried to fight back, but their ships were no match for human technology. Entire planets were left defenseless, their armies defeated before they could even prepare. On one of the most important planets, the humans launched a full-scale assault. They disabled the planet's defense systems and invaded its military bases. The aliens, shocked and terrified, surrendered almost immediately. For the first time in history, an alien empire bowed down to humanity. The message was clear. The era of alien dominance was over. As the Galactic Council's empires fell one by one, chaos spread throughout the galaxy. Alliances shattered, and once powerful species turned on each other in a desperate bid to survive. The humans didn't need to destroy every planet. The aliens were doing that to themselves. With their fleets in ruins and their leaders powerless, the Galactic Council could no longer maintain control. On the bridge of the vengeance of Earth, Auric watched the chaos unfold. His mission was almost complete. The empires that had destroyed Earth were falling, just as he had promised. But there was still one final target left, the Galactic Council itself. The ancient seat of power that had ruled the galaxy for so long. It was time to end it once and for all. "Set course for the Galactic Council's capital," Auric ordered, his voice calm and determined. "We're finishing this." The human fleet, now stronger than ever, turned its sights on the heart of the galaxy. The final battle was approaching, and soon the Galactic Council would face the full wrath of humanity. The empires had fallen. Now, it was time to strike the final blow. The Galactic Council's capital planet was a shining beacon of alien power. Massive towers reached into the sky and fleets of ships hovered above in defense. For thousands of years, this had been the seat of control, where decisions were made that shaped the galaxy. It was here that the fate of Earth had been sealed long ago, when humanity was destroyed and forgotten. But now, humanity had returned. And they weren't here to negotiate. They were here to end it. The vengeance of Earth floated in the void of space, cloaked and hidden from the alien fleet surrounding the capital planet. Captain Auric stood on the bridge, his eyes focused on the enemy before him. This was the moment he had been waiting for. All the attacks, all the destruction, it had led to this final battle. "Are the weapons ready?" Auric asked. His weapons officer nodded. "Everything's set, Captain. We can launch the attack whenever you give the order." Auric took a deep breath. The Galactic Council's fleet was massive, but after the damage they had suffered in previous battles, they were weakened. Their defenses were still impressive, but Auric knew they were vulnerable. And now, it was time to finish what humanity had started. "Fire," he commanded. In an instant, the vengeance of Earth unleashed its full arsenal. Missiles, energy blasts, and beams of light streaked through the darkness of space, smashing into the alien ships. Explosions erupted across the sky as the alien fleet struggled to react. The humans' cloaking technology had once again given them the advantage, allowing them to strike before the aliens even knew they were there. Within minutes, the once mighty fleet of the Galactic Council was in chaos. Ships exploded, defenses crumbled, and the alien forces were overwhelmed. The humans had fought their way to the heart of the galaxy, and now nothing could stop them. As the battle raged on, Auric turned to his crew. "We've taken down their defenses. It's time to land." The vengeance of Earth descended through the atmosphere, breaking through the last remnants of resistance. On the surface, the alien government was in disarray. Leaders panicked as they watched the humans approach. They had ruled the galaxy for so long that the idea of being overthrown seemed impossible. But now, with their fleets destroyed and their armies defeated, they were faced with a reality they had never imagined: the end of their reign. The human soldiers, led by Auric and his crew, stormed the council chambers. The aliens inside, once proud and powerful, now trembled with fear. They had never expected humanity to rise again, let alone come for revenge. Auric stepped forward, his eyes cold and unforgiving. "Do you remember what you did to Earth?" he asked, his voice calm but filled with anger. The alien council leader, an ancient creature with glowing eyes, looked up at him with a mix of fear and regret. "We thought you were gone," he said, his voice shaking. "We thought we had destroyed you." "You didn't," Auric replied. "And now you're going to pay for it." Without hesitation, Auric gave the signal. The human soldiers moved quickly, arresting the alien leaders and securing the planet. The Galactic Council had fallen, and with it, the entire system of power that had ruled the galaxy for so long. As the last of the alien leaders was taken away, Auric looked out over the capital city. It was quiet now, the sounds of battle fading into the distance. Humanity had won. The revenge they had waited 500,000 years for was finally complete. But as he stood there, Auric felt no joy. The Earth that had been destroyed so long ago could never be brought back. The billions of lives lost could never be replaced. All they could do now was rebuild, creating a new future for humanity among the stars. "We've done it," said one of Auric's crew members, standing beside him. "The Galactic Council is finished. What do we do now?" Auric didn't answer right away. He looked up at the stars, thinking about the long journey that had brought them here. Humanity had been pushed to the brink of extinction, but they had survived. They had fought back, and now they were free. "We rebuild," Auric finally said. "We create a new world. One where no one will ever threaten us again." The crew nodded, understanding the weight of his words. The galaxy was theirs now, and it was up to them to shape its future. As the humans prepared to leave the capital planet, Auric gave one final order. "Send out the message." A signal was transmitted across the galaxy, reaching every corner of space. It was a simple message, but its meaning was clear. Earth has risen. And with that, humanity's revenge was complete.